Looks like 24K DQ'd. How long ago was that?
That was immediately after his set with, I think, MK. So his side of the bracket, he was waiting a decently. Let me check to make sure I'm not. Yeah, so. Yeah, he was on Job side of the bracket, and Job side of the bracket. So 24K finished his matches all the way up through Silent in about 30-ish minutes, and.
Oh, Job entered.
Yeah, Job entered, and his round 1 took about an hour because of land play issues. And so that ended up being why 24K won and took the DQ because he had to leave. So that's a little unfortunate, but
Job, how could you? I don't know. Did it actually take an hour to get the connection made or something? Because that approaches DQ territory in some ways. An hour for one set is pretty rough.
That's why I was suggesting that for the next. Yes.
That.
He should have been DQ'd before. As much as I love the guy, yeah, he had kind of a rough start here.
Love you, Job.
I love you, Job, but an hour for a round 1 should be.
That's too bad.
That's pretty much DQ territory, but
this is the first. Go at it though. I don't know if we're going to. I don't know if the plan yet is to continue doing this on a.
I might make this a monthly.
Weekly, but,
I may make this a monthly. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so doing this on a monthly basis could happen. I don't know if that's entirely decided yet, but this is the first time this has kind of been done in this environment for this project. Hosted here, and there's some kinks to work out the first time you do something like this. So it's bound to happen. Certainly not as bad as it could have been. We considered pushing a beta a few days ago, and that would have gone terribly. So
count your lucky stars. We've got me, Sword Fighter, and Byleth. Byleth, definitely one of my favorite characters to watch in HDR right now. They don't have a whole lot of individual changes, but they are fun to watch. They benefit a lot from the engine changes. And, I mean, just overall, this specific Byleth we saw earlier really likes to use DAC, down smash, DACtus, however you want to say it. They really like to use that, at least they did earlier. I'm not sure if they're going to be using it too much here against me, Sword Fighter, who is a character.
Me, Sword Fighter is a character that has received a fair amount of changes. Some of which are good.
So fun aside about me, Sword Fighter, really quickly. Me, Sword Fighter was the beginning of the end of a dev process where the beginning and
of the end of HDR.
Of a really rough dev process where we would try and adjust the characters row by row and in batches. And this character alone took 5 months to get into his current state. And even then, you might notice that he has some pretty suspicious things like
unfinished things,
like F tilt as the size of the sun. I'm not sure if that's still in, but it was still in before release. I'm hoping it was changed. I
don't think it was.
Yeah, he's very strong. He's a very strong character. Not to say that Byleth isn't. Byleth is also a very strong character, but a little bit more reasonable. And wow, I've just kind of lectured away the first stock of this match. I feel kind of bad.
It's relatively close. I mean, that's the story of HDR, though, right? A lot of people haven't heard a lot of that story. There was a time where HDR just kind of, to a lot of players' perspective, probably just seemed to die. I think. That was a rough time. That was the Sword Fighter time. This character took a lot of time out of this project, but at the end of the day, we got to where we are now. So I think it was probably worth it.
True. So one thing that chakram is a multi-hit, and it's. I think in that case, if you get hit by that, you better just pray that they whiff and try an SDI. But I did want to touch on something. See, there you go. Sliding down smash from Byleth, one of their most strong options. They slide pretty far, not an absurd amount, but a useful amount.
Yeah, it looks like it's a relatively strong move too. It kind of decimates shield so far that I've seen.
It does.
So you can't just hold shield against it. You've got to really use the engine's movement to counterplay stuff like that.
Correct. Another thing that I've seen, I don't know how you pronounce her name, Ray. I'm gonna say Ree. One thing that I've seen them use a lot is up throw, up B as Byleth, and then from that they'll basically go into imagination based off of BI.
So actually, imagination based on DI is kind of a lot of our design here anyway, right? And a lot of our engine,
that's a big thing for HDR.
A lot of our design philosophy really does rotate around. You could get theoretically a lot of like combos, you know, strings, whatever, on bad enough DI and in the right circumstances. You know, you can get some really, really strong, cool-looking options that do a lot of damage and are very powerful if you're taking advantage of your opponent's habits appropriately.
I wanted to just quickly butt in here and say that that was really nice Chakram into up smash by Stabb. Chakram is definitely one of Sword Fighter's strongest options. Once again with the dash attack down smash.
But, surprised that sends so high actually, as compared to horizontally.
I mean, it is a smash attack, so.
As what? As in like?
Oh, you mean compared to horizontally? Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah, but Chakram definitely one of me Sword Fighter's strongest moves right now. If you're running this character without Chakram right now, you're kind of missing out. It, depending on how you angle it, it can stick into the ground, be a multi-hit.
That move's good too, by the way.
Yeah, Tornado.
Tornado is very strong.
Most of me Sword Fighter's specials are extremely good. He's a very designed character.
But is up smash still as large as it used to be? Because you used to be pretty consistently able to get Chakram into you know, up smash because up smash was so large. I'm not sure how much that holds true these days because there's always a lot of things going on in the background for projects like this. Taking advantage of the edge canceling there.
That is true.
I don't think Rie knows how to challenge this correctly here.
But that
not going to be enough though.
Stock. I'm surprised. I'm not quite sure what happened there, to be completely honest. I don't know what to say. I mean, good play from both players. Sword Fighter is a very strong character, but you still have to know how to use him. You can't just come in swinging and win a whole tournament. So it is cool to see. It is cool to see somebody putting the time into Sword Fighter to really understand the character. Same thing with Byleth. I've been extremely impressed with the different options that Rie is using. Specifically, their use of Arrow has been surprising to me. Arrow is faster in HDR. I brought this up earlier, but Arrow is I'm like 90% sure faster in HDR, and it's a much better option to use when somebody is trying to recover high, or you're trying to catch them as they're trying to fall below the stage.
Does it also land cancel?
I couldn't tell you.
I feel like that's something that if this character came out 6 months ago, or well, not 6 months. How long ago did this character come out? If this character came out a year ago, that character would have gotten a land cancel arrow. I don't know if they have it now though.
I will check while we're sitting here, just so I.
If someone says quick draw is more useful on Sword Fighter. I don't think I have an opinion about that.
The only cancel the Arrow has is the shield cancel in air. Where you press shield and instead of air dodging, you actually just cancel the input. So that's the only thing that they have for that. They have other cancels though. Whoever wrote the code for the cancels decided to use their actual name, so I have no idea what a read bar auto cancel is supposed to be, but they have it.
Oh. What?
It's
Wait, are you? I spaced out. You talking about our code base or
our code base? Yes.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Yeah, we have it labeled as a read bar auto cancel, and I think that's side B. It is side B. Sorry, just
Oh, the name of the move. I thought you said that the person who made that change put their name as the name of the cancel. That'd be like labeling the techie cancel in the code base. Like, come on.
I mean, back last June when so this was before you were on the project, Techie, but back last June when we first introduced our wave dash engine, which by the way, all of our like big engine changes in HDR started last May. So before that, we had kind of like the default ultimate with wave dash. Yeah, the default ultimate with wave dashing engine, which had wave dashes which pop you up above the ground first for a frame. That was first changed last May to where you never pop up above the ground. It's actually a smooth wave dash. And so that at that time when we had wavelands, yeah, last May. There was a specific way when you did a turnaround jump aerial, it would freeze your gravity and just float you upwards. And me and my friends played for about 3 days straight with that build, and we dubbed it the job cancel because he was the one that implemented the code.
Nice. Looks like we got game 2 going on here.
And the switch from Stabb to DuckHunt. DuckHunt is actually one of our newer changed characters. We actually, Mr. Sejong, who was not one of the developers, but he was someone who took passion in the project and wanted to contribute, ended up changing DuckHunt to kind of fit in with the engine a little bit more. So you can see that side B has some more hit lag so that you can actually follow up with it. And it might be a little too much hit lag, but that's up for debate. And down B...
Almost breaking a shield there, by the way.
Correct, yeah. Down B, you can remote trigger up to 10 seconds. So some nice changes here to DuckHunt. He's a very cohesive character right now. Honestly, one of my favorites in the game.
Yeah, he's surprisingly, this is one of those characters where some people would look at this and say, oh, that's a zoner, this character actually has some pretty interesting options now. Before the changes, but also after the changes, especially... Ooh, taking the stock there.
With the arrow,
yeah, especially with the the down special changes, he can sort of put the gunman out there, and there you go. See, Stabb is triggering it immediately, but he could leave that out there
like that,
and not let it get killed, I guess. Evening it up here. It's a pretty close game so far. How close was the last match? I already forget.
I think Ree took it with 2
a whole extra stock, right? Yeah. So this is a lot closer than the last match so far.
It is, yeah.
So it looks like he's doing a lot better job of adapting to how to play against this player and this character this match, I think.
I would agree. I think he's doing pretty well. Last match it was a lot of chalk room play, and that kind of becomes readable and expectable.
Variable.
Getting caught by 2 up airs there and losing in stock. Right now, Ree with almost a full stock lead, but Stabb quickly racking up more percent to try and take that back.
Having a nice little conversion there. Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
That was almost an up B into a spike or a down air from Ree there.
I think the Stabb just remembered that can is a move. Actually, it's a move that you should probably also use.
He was using it earlier in the match. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty useful move.
Kind of sent that can over to the side there. A little bit of wasted potential as it was sitting up there, but starting to use it again more now. Unable to parry that. That was almost another shield break. Or almost a shield break. We've seen a lot of those so far where they're almost shield breaks, but not quite. If you do hit both hits of that down smash, it is a shield break, 100% of the time. Another thing that I quickly wanted to touch on with Gunman is that it will fire in the direction you're facing when you place it. So in that case, even if Byleth is to the side right now, it will fire to the left, as you see right there. It will always fire in the direction that you place it. Stabb almost losing another stock here. He is currently down a whole stock. Whoa. Almost managed to take that one back. Hits him with the first hit of side B, but doesn't finish the move. Now he's on the edge, and he gets caught by side smash at the ledge. Why is the gunman taking so long to shoot? I saw that message pop up in chat. It takes 10 seconds to shoot, but you can trigger it manually beforehand.
Yeah, so if he presses down special again like that, he just did, it'll actually trigger the gunman again whenever he chooses to. And of course, you can still kill the gunman like always, like you see Ree is taking advantage of here. Stabb trying to secure this edge guard here, but...
Not sure why he went off. If he had just left the can, it would have been a much more impressive situation, but I guess that's from our perspective. Trying to hold on to his tournament run here. currently potentially in a last stock situation, manages to grab Byleth, up throw, not gonna do it, probably won't do it for another 110%. Manages to hit him with the can there, taking that
Surprised it sent that way.
Oh, it's DuckHunt, what do you expect?
Stabb trying to play safe here. I don't know how well that's going to work out at this point.
Yeah,
although he's got the beginning of a nice string here.
He does place the gunman a lot, and kind of hoping that Byleth is going to put themselves in a situation. However, gunman takes longer to shoot now, so you can't just immediately shoot and then catch them off guard. It takes about 15 frames, almost breaking that shield again.
Did you see those wavelands on the stage, by the way?
I did.
Those are crazy. Almost losing the shield there. Can't hold it anymore.
Ooh, he's either getting shield poked or he's losing shield. Manages to use get up attack and break through that down smash there. Up throw, not going to connect into up air here. He's on the side of the stage. Byleth going for an arrow, not able to connect it. Byleth has him grabbed. This could be curtains. He's on the side of the stage, and Byleth with their arrow is very oppressive. Ooh, they expected a high recovery, but they didn't get it.
I mean, Stabb could bring this back. It's it's rough. He could do it. It's hard, but it is possible. Anything can happen.
It's not impossible. Byleth does have a lot of kill options. There is 1 minute left in the game.
I am surprised. Wow.
That is the end of the stock.
I am surprised here. That last down throw there from Stabb. I'm surprised that the Ree didn't DI that away. Stabb was consistently, when he would get a grab, pummeling a few times, which does net you a little bit of damage. But in avoiding buffering a throw out of a grab, you're giving your opponent significantly more time to DI it appropriately. And if you don't have throws that are inherent DI mix-ups, which I don't think DuckHunt does, then pummeling a lot on that down throw is most likely going to get you no follow-ups when they simply DI it out correctly. Which is why I'm surprised that Ree did not in that situation. Not that it matters, because, of course, that was game.